Howdy folks, Haywire Willy here. Looking out the window with a blanket of snow making the world look a heap like a postcard, my thoughts got to drifting back over the years. Many years to a time when the only friends I really had were rivulets of roadside water and mud puddles. You see, my family moved a fair spell, and after the injury to my head, socialization was difficult. So instead of spending my time playing with local kids, I did other things, odd things, and looking back, I reckon sad things. One of those things was sitting by a curb in the early spring when crystallized droplets lining tree branches thawed and fell into snowbanks that towered like mountains over miniature lakes feeding tiny magic rivers that rushed madly to the sea. Despite not having friends, that flowing and frolicking water allowed me to still have myself some amazing fun and adventures with nothing more than a few bits of bark, paper, sticks, leaves, mud puddles, water running alongside roads, and a whole heap of imagination. I spent hours building myself armadas of majestic wooden sailing ships that I then sent forth to explore the unknown reaches of the world in a quest to make history. Long before I ever read the stories about Tom Sawyer and Huckleberry Finn, I'd sat on my heels for hours staring into water flowing by, dreaming of floating away all alone on a raft to adventures wherever fate took me. I imagined myself silently swept along by deep swirling currents, past shores lined with mystery and danger. I fought myself sea monsters, laid a can of whoop you know what on whole armies, single handedly rescued damsels in distress from beasts that made blood run cold, and saved whole kingdoms from the most terrible of peril. I was a make believe civil engineer who dammed up puddles and streams to create my own waterways, complete with channels and canals with locks made of rocks. I missed the rising pressure of the water on the tops of my little rubber boots as I ventured deeper into inland lakes that buried low-lying grasslands called lawns. I miss pretending to fly through billowy clouds on the back of a marvelous massive dragonfly to mythical and magical lands. And I miss hearing the faraway voice of a wondrous queen somewhere calling forth her subjects with cries of, "Supper's ready!" Yep, any way you look at it, I miss a time of not knowing and caring about the world about me, a time when the most important thing that I did all day was to imagine. And I miss the people who loved and cared for me, but most of all, the thing that I miss more than anything else and over all these years is that there little boy I was before my head was injured. You all come back now, you hear?